Hi, Edging part 6. So just finishing that line that begins indifferently and talking about the wandering Jew. I've also found in some areas the farmers arranged the rows, so we mentioned rows a few times, or tiers, in their fields in such a way that on Sundays the eternal Jew might find a resting place. Elsewhere they assumed that he could rest only upon a plough, Mary, or that he had to be on the go all year round and was allowed a respite only on Christmas. For the line after the engine stopped, I didn't get much except for that another word for stop is halt, which is a railway station, but I'm not sure which one. On the Isle of Wight, there was Medina Wharf halt and Cement Mills halt. I lay in bed listening while the wash subsided and the scuffle of feet died out. So lay in bed is like corpse, hit or sedir. But wash was reminiscent of the sea, possibly near the Isle of Wight. Although there's also an Isle of Wight county in the US, Virginia, which is associated with a Thomas Washer, where there was a pagan river and a James River, the mouth of which was originally called Newport's Newers. So there's a place called Newport News associated with shipbuilding. So I thought the wash could also be evocative of foam and Venus. Feet, I've mentioned before, was a euphemism, and died, I think, relates to mute. A scuffle, I discovered, is also a hoe, which is a beloved. The music ceased, but a mouth organ from the steerage picked up the tune. So that music reminded me of the Victoria steamship disaster in 1881 on the Thames River in Canada, but also of the Titanic, but that didn't sink till 1912. Mouth organ, I thought of a harmonica, relates to Harmonia and Cadmus maybe. They were turned into dragons and serpents, but also mouth organ, lips, serpent. I switched on the light only to see on the wall a spider talked as a drumhead. So switched on is also turned on, as in to revolve, and also something else. The light is like spirit. I switched on the car. The reference to the wall, I thought maybe the walled garden, as in Mary. I'm not sure specifically about the head, but the drum is like a cylindrical container, sometimes of a font, with another vessel. The life of endless geological period. Life again, car. Intense is like inside a tent, so the tabernacle. Geological periods is eras. I'm not sure about apathy. And if the ship goes down, so if a vessel falls, as in descends from heaven, something sinks, or she goes down, but that's another euphemism. I didn't get anything for I thought drowsily he is prepared and was semi-possessed. And then but the flat faces. So again, coming back to like maybe those flat loaves of bread and or lips. I did have a quick look at some of those red guys. I couldn't find one for Cologne, so it doesn't add anything to that other poem. Although I'm sure there is something that links with other things. There is one on Plymouth. It talks about Plymouth as the mother city based on a poem by Burritt. I'm sure there's more in there. I do want to write about it a little bit for my thesis. It's very different in tone to the other one, the Hysteria. Thanks for listening.